In this video, we'll be seeing how to implement Google Sign-in on Android. So this is the demo of what we are going to do in this video. You can see a button. When we click on the button, you can see that the option to choose the email account. We can select the email from here and you can see the sign up is successful and you can see a toast message with the email of the user. So that's what we are going to do in this video. So let's get to the implementation part. We'll be following the documentation. So open the link on the description. I'll give the link on the description. So click that and you can click on get started here. And here we can see the steps. So you can see that we have to open the API console. So click here and you'll get this screen. Now you have to create a new project. Click on new project and you can give a name for the project. You can also select the ID for the project. You can change it here by clicking the edit. And next you have to select the organization. You can select no organization and continue. Since I am using an organizational account, I have to select the organization and click on create. Okay, you can see the project is getting created here. Now you can see the project has completed creating. You can select the project from here. And you can see the project changed on the top. You can see that on the top. Okay, check the mouse pointer. You have to make sure that you are on the correct project. Then you have to go to the API and services section and click on auth consent screen. And here you can select external and click on create. Here we have to fill the application details. So let's give the name of the application, support email. Let's select the support email and also upload the logo. So you can see that I have entered the name of the application and given the support email and also uploaded the logo. Now scroll down and here we have to give the link to the home page and the privacy policy here and then the terms of service. I have added the link to the home page, privacy policy and the terms here. If you don't have those links, you can simply create one. You need a domain and simply host it and you can get these links. Okay, so provide the policy privacy and the terms, also the home page. Then after that you have to scroll down and give the authorized domain here. So click on add domain and you can give codecc.com. So my domain name is codecc.com. So I'm giving that domain. So give the domain that you are using here. Okay, and then we can give the developer contact information. Okay, after filling these details, you can click on save and continue. Okay, so wait for it to complete. On the screen, you can scroll down and simply click on save and continue. Okay, you don't have to add test users right now. So click on save and continue. And on the summary, you can simply click on go back to dashboard. Okay, so now our app is ready. Now we can go back to the documentation. And here you can see that we have to add the SHA-1 signature and create an Android client ID. So for that you can go to the previous page, Google Cloud, and then click on credentials. Now here you can create new credential. Click on create credentials and click the second option, that is auth client ID. And here we have to choose the platform, that is Android. Okay, you can give the name. Let's keep it to Android client 1. Then we have to give the package name. So now we have to open the Android Studio and create a package name and a demo project, etc. So let's do that. So here I have created a new project. This is an empty project. You can see I haven't done anything. It's a simple hello world project. This is an empty activity also. Now you can see the package name here. So this is the package name that I have given. Okay, so let's copy the package name and we can paste the package name here. Then scroll down and here you can see we have to give the SHA-1 signature certificate here. Okay, for that you can go to this documentation link. I'll give this link also on the description. I will also give the title so that you can identify the documentation link. Okay, so open that link and scroll down and we can go to the bottom and choose this one. Okay, so copy this and come to your Android project, open the terminal, and here we can paste the code. And before running it, we have to build the activity. So click on build and wait for the build to complete. And after that, we can try running this code. Okay, now you can see the signature. So we are using the debug version and we haven't done the release version. So we are not having those details. And you can see the debug version details here. Okay, now we can copy this SHA-1 and copy that. And we can go to the Google Cloud and paste the fingerprint here. Okay. Then we can click on create. Okay, you can see the your client ID and all. So you can keep it aside, click on OK. Now we also need to create a web client ID also. So click on create credentials once more and click on auth client ID. Now this time you have to choose web application and let's keep it to web client 1. Okay. We don't have to add these. So simply click on create. Okay, now here we have to copy the your client ID. So copy this and you can click on OK here. Then go back to your Android Studio. Okay, let's minimize the terminal. And you can go to resources, values, strings.xml, and we can add a new string. Okay, create a string and we can name it like web client ID. Okay. And we can paste the value that we copied here. Okay. And close these strings. Okay. Now we can go back to the documentation and here scroll down and you can see the dependency. So copy this line and you can paste it on the Android side. Here go to the Gradle scripts, build Gradle, the second one. Scroll down and you can see the dependencies. Paste the dependency here and you can click on sync down. After adding the dependency, you can go back to the documentation and now you can go to the create new account with one tap. So select this option. You can see on the left side. Okay, scroll down and you can see the details. You can read through this. Okay, so you can come to this line and you can copy this variables and you can paste that on main activity. Come here and on the top you can paste it. Now we can import the classes. So click on the red and type alt enter. Click on import class. Okay, do the same for the begin sign in request also. Okay, now we can copy the next line and copy this much. Okay, this much from here. So you can see the bold ones. Okay, copy this much from here and we can paste it here. Paste it here. Okay, we can import the classes. Click on the red, type alt enter, import class. Okay, this one also. Now here you can see this one in red. So our string name is web client ID. Web client ID. Okay, so you remember that we added a string, this one. Okay, so we are using this string here. Okay, so that's all. Then we can add a button to the activity main.xml part. So go to layout and activity main.xml and we can change the parent layout to linear layout. Give an orientation vertical and also give a gravity center. We can change this text view and create a button. Give an ID for the button. Okay. Now we can go back to the activity main Java part and we can create an object for the button on the top. Initialize the button. Come here and button equal to find view by id r dot id dot, then give the id of the button. So btn sign in. You can see this in red. You can simply ignore that. When you run the application, it will go away. Okay. Now you can also remove this private from here. Okay. Then you can go back to the documentation. You can scroll down and we can copy this part. So copy this much from here. And we can create an on-click listener for the button. So come to the bottom and let's create an on-click listener. So button dot set on-click listener, new on-click listener. Okay. And we can paste the code here. Okay, we have to import the classes. So click on the class, type alt enter, import class. You can see an error on the add on failure listener. So we can give the activity name also. So main activity dot this could solve the issue. Okay, that is done. And you can see this variable is in red. So go back to the documentation and you can scroll down further. And here you can see these two lines. Okay, so you can simply create one. So I am simply copying it from here. So you can copy this from here. You can scroll to the top and you can paste the variables here. Okay, and scroll down and you can see the same error here also. Okay, so we can simply add the activity name on the add on success listener. Okay, so here main activity dot this. Okay, and that's it. It also solved the issue. And we'll be changing this start intent sender for result function because it is depreciated, and we'll be using the latest methods. So we can comment this line this much. Then you have to code the remaining. So the documentation ends there. Okay, so you can follow along. Scroll to the top and come here. And we can create a new object for activity result launcher. Inside this, pass the intent sender. And let's create an object equal to register for activity result. Call the function. Okay, let's move to the side. And we can also hit enter here so you can view the code properly. Okay, inside this we have to pass new activity result contract. New activity result contracts dot start intent sender for result. Okay, you have to call that. Okay, then give a comma, new activity result callback. Okay, and you can give a semicolon here. Now inside this we have to check if result dot get result code equal to activity dot result. Okay, and if this is true, we can execute the other things, like we can get the sign in credentials like email and the user profile, etc. So for that we have to start a try catch. You can get that from the documentation. So go to the documentation and you can see here we are having a try catch, this one. Okay, this inside the switch we are having this try catch. Okay, so copy this much from here and we can paste it here. Okay, you have to import the class. Okay, we can remove this log from here and also import the catch class, API exception, import class. Okay, you can remove the comments inside the condition here. Okay. And inside the cache, you can do certain things, but right now we'll be doing simply adding it to the log. So e dot print stack. Okay, that's it. So you can manage the exception properly. So you can do that. You can refer the documentation and do that. So we'll be concentrating on the try part. Okay. You can see here we are fetching the credentials. So you can see this data is in red. So for that you can use result dot get data. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all. Now if the ID token is not equal to null, we can get the email also. So for that, string email equal to credential dot get ID. Okay, so this will get the email from the account. Now inside this if condition, we can authorize the user with our server. So you can do that inside this if condition. Okay, so hope you understand that. You are getting the email here, so you can do the authentication with your server. Okay, for now we can show a toast message. We can give email as the message for the toast. Now set the length of the toast dot length short, and let's move to the right. Okay, and call the dot show. That's all. So now we are calling a toast message. Now if the ID is not equal to null, we are showing a toast message. Okay, so the implementation is almost done. Now we have to call this activity result launcher. So for that, we can change the object name because it doesn't match. So we can change it to activity result launcher. Okay, so we have changed the object name here. Okay, and scroll down and you can see this line. Okay, so we commented this line. So we can remove that from here and we can call intent sender result, create an object equal to new intent sender result dot builder, and inside that we can pass the result dot get pending intent dot get intent sender. Okay, I'll move the code to right so you can see that. Hope you can see the code properly. Okay, and after this we have to call the build function dot build. Okay, give a semicolon here. Okay, hope this is visible for you. Okay, then hit and enter from here. Then we have to launch the activity. For that, call the activity result launcher. This is the object that we created on the top. You can see if you scroll to the top, you can see this line. Okay, so this is the activity result launcher. Okay, go to the bottom and we have to call dot launch and pass the intent sender request. That's all. Now you can see that we are having an error on the try catch. So this is saying that we don't need the try catch. So either you can click here and type alt enter and you can see delete catch for the class. Okay, so you can click this and it will automatically remove the try catch. So you need only this two line here inside the on success method. Now the implementation part is almost complete. You can also add an internet permission on the manifest. Go to the manifest and add users permission internet. Okay, that's all. We can try running this. Before that, you can go back to the activity main.xml part and you can see that we are not having a text for the button. So we can add that text also. So text equal to sign in with Google. Okay, now we can try running the app. So let's check the code once more. Okay, everything is right. So we can try running it. You can see that the app has launched. Now we can click on the button. Okay, you can see that the sign in option is not coming. So we have to run this inside a real phone, not the emulator, since the emulator is not having certain apps that will support this. So we can close the emulator and I will run this on a real device. Okay. Now we can see that I have opened the app inside a real device. Now we can click on the button. Now I have selected the account. We can click on continue and you can see the sign in is happening. Okay, you can see the email. So that means the sign up is completed. Okay, hope you understand now. Now that was the demo. Hope you understand how to implement Google Sign In on Android. So if you have any doubts, you can leave a comment and I'll respond to them. If you want the full source code of this project, you can come to this URL and I will give the link for this on the description and you can download the project from here. So hope you understand the implementation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more such videos.